Who would have thunk it? Back for the second episode of Gentleman's Corner. I have to Derry with us, of course, today, as always. Dressed impeccably, I just noticed earlier.
I'm glad to see you made the effort tonight as well, Stephen.
I did. Rough enough, but we're in the winter now, so you can't be messing around.
You growing the beard out.
I did in the eyebrows.
Yeah.
I used to go down to that Turkish fella. He was great for setting the old hair on fire, but he's gone now. I know where he's gone. He closed down.
They burn the hair in your ears, don't they, those fellas?
They do, yeah. They get like a cotton bud, and I think they put something like petrol or some shit on it, and then they literally light it on fire and go. But I'm telling you, I'm convinced when they did it in my ear before, that was the start of the hair actually growing there constantly. Before it was just like a few light ones,
They say if you cut it right, that you promote it to grow back stronger and quicker, don't they?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So maybe that's.
I think that's why the ladies get the legs waxed as opposed to shaved.
Yeah.
Don't you know?
So anyway, tonight's topic, we're going to talk about floating. Do you want to elaborate a bit on floating, Stephen? Or?
Yeah, so I suppose a technical name for it is sensory deprivation tanks. They're heated pods. They can be open as well, I suppose, but generally a heated pod with water, and they put a couple of 1,000 pounds of Epsom salts into it, and once it all becomes homogeneous, you head in there and you float. Now, very good seemingly for sleeping. People do find it hard to sleep, for muscle aches, for depression. I think all wellness in all, it's good for the old skin as well. But we tend to do it when we're absolutely baked off our heads. We find that's most effective because you can close the pod over you, turn off all the lights, and they offer you two bits of music as well. One is the waves, crashing waves, and then the other one is the rainforest. Isn't it rainforest animals?
That's exactly right. That's right. Yeah.
But I've done both, but I always go back to the waves now. The waves always takes me to another place. But brilliant. What do you think of it, Derry?
Oh, I think it's amazing therapy. I would class it as a therapy.
Yes.
Myself.
How did we start going to it?
I think first you saw it on Joe Rogan, and you went yourself.
Oh yes.
With your darling wife.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. He was talking about that he had one in his own place.
He took me down then the next day. The three of us.
Yes, I remember now. Yeah. But we were stoned from day dot, weren't we? That was like, I know you don't really touch this stuff, but
Yes, I'm the professional. I actually had I did a bit of research, and I have a paper here from the University of Winnipeg.
Oh, lovely.
I could read a couple of facts there on floats if you.
Oh, I'd love it.
If you wanted.
Yeah.
It was originally invented in 1977. Samadai tank. It's the tank that we are kind of familiar with now, maybe not as advanced, but kind of the same idea. You're in a tub with a bit of water, and you can close the roof on top of you. He's got the good old circulation pump going.
Yeah. But they were floating then as well, were they?
Correct, with the salt, yes.
Yeah.
So it was a massive success in the 70s and 80s. But then in the 90s, Stephen, what caused the demise of the flotation tanks for a while?
Was it the war in Iraq?
No, it was actually the AIDS epidemic.
I apologize.
And then back in the 2000s.
How did the AIDS? Oh, because they thought people were getting AIDS from the tanks.
Correct, their little cuts and stuff like that.
Were they saying that? Were they proving they were getting AIDS, or was it just a nasty rumour?
A nasty rumour, like people are afraid.
Wow.
So that kind of hurt business back then.
Big time.
But now the flotation therapy is thriving, and they actually have an annual float summit started in 2010. So I think we should head there. I think we should do some research on it and check that out.
2010.
Yeah, in Portland.
Portland, Oregon, lovely.
Where Chael Sullivan, one of our best buds on this podcast, is from.
Great man, Chael. We love him. Good old Uncle Chael.
Uncle Chael. Now we love Kobe Covington too. Controversial.
Machine, absolute machine.
I actually, this study, just going back to the study, It deals with lots of cases on how it helped people, and it deals with these two women, aged 55 and 58, participated in a study which lasted 1 year. The two participants were both on long-term sick leave from their respective jobs. Unfortunately, none of the techniques they tried in the test worked. Flotation therapy brought you a H2O float.
We have no sponsors on this show yet, but if we did, H2O float would be one of our favourites.
And Steve, that's all the facts I'm going to give you because I only started. I printed
It was a lot of paper there. I mean,
I printed off, but I only got so far, and I only highlighted so many pages. I'm not as prepared as I would have hoped.
I mean, it looks good to be honest, but now you look like a confused professor asked to go on a TV show. I have the facts here somewhere.
I don't know what the hell this is about. And that's the facts of the day. Thank you.
It's a very, very good profession approach. I like it. How's the internet still running?
Internet's good.
We're still up. That's good.
We'll have it back to Big Ben soon. Don't worry.
Very cold where we are. We're in an undisclosed area in Midtown Toronto. Bad weather at the moment.
Oh.
A lot of snow.
Ufasok.
I was actually with the family-in-law in Albany.
Oh, lovely.
Beautiful town of Albany. And we had to leave a day early because there were warnings. We were watching TV, just a regular cable TV, and all of a sudden went dark. Her father was like, "What's going on here? What's going on?" And all of a sudden the sign came up, warning to all motorists. So we had to get on our high horse and head back to undisclosed area in Toronto. But we actually didn't get hit that badly, but it's just messy, you know. It's all slush, cars are spraying in, you know.
I must say I was very nervous, very worried about you getting back.
You were. I found the messages of hope, you know, were just made a big difference to us.
Yes.
You know?
I'm glad I gave you something to come back for.
Is it it's the longest drive I've ever done. It's the worst day I ever did it. I think was around 8 hours. That's probably the longest. Have you done a longer drive yourself driving?
Not myself driving, no. I was in a car and we drove back from Philadelphia
Yeah.
to Toronto, but I didn't drive that myself.
Was that to an undisclosed location in Toronto?
Yes, in the Midtown area,
Oh.
underground.
Speaking of underground, Tesla. We love you.
Yes, you saw the new release. Did you?
I'm fanboying big time on Elon Musk. He's an absolute badass of a man now. I watched a documentary. It was only around 20 minutes on YouTube. YouTube. There's no better.
Sponsors of.
Gentleman's corner. But oh yeah, the documentary I watched around 20 minutes. I was fairly stoned out to be honest, but at the time I was like, this guy's unreal. Diversity is nothing for him. Like he just based through it, just with correct decisions, you know. It's incredible. Like, and I'm not afraid to say they made a mistake and taking chances. He's unreal.
And have you always respected him from the very start, or you could have a bit up in the air?
I knew he did the PayPal thing, so I knew this guy was an absolute genius. And then the Tesla thing came out, and initially I didn't like the first sports car that they brought out, the Roadster. I thought it was an awful looking thing. But then they brought out the Model S, I think it was. I think it was the Model S. I thought that was beautiful looking, absolutely gorgeous looking sedan. Model 3 I sat into it. I'm still not totally over just the screen in the middle and nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be nice still to have something in your line of view, you know, as a driver.
Yes.
But all the specs seems to be incredible. And then I saw the Cybertruck. Well, I watched it on TV. I was just blown away. I just think it's crazy, and it's just a stunning piece of artwork. And I think they're just an incredible company. Obviously SpaceX as well. My God, when you see those things, you know, do you ever look at those at night time? You know, you might have a few smokes and you're sitting down, and then go down the rabbit hole on YouTube. Next thing you're looking at his reusable fucking jet things on the side coming back down. Did you ever see that?
Oh yes, yes.
Oh
yeah.
my God, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Sometimes to me it's what mankind can achieve, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
What we have done.
It is. If they're, you know, He was talking about it. He has a school as well that his kids go to. I think there's like 10 or 20 people there now. Saying that they don't really focus on a curriculum. They look at what the child seems to be excited by or interested in, and they can kind of focus the studies on that and around it, and showing. I think he gave some example of not saying this is a spanner and this was a spanner does. He would say, I would show the engine block and say, well, we need to get into what would we do.
Oh, yes.
And get them thinking about it, you know, we need this,
Yeah, that's
just a different way, like. Anyway, he's a fucking genius.
That's amazing.
But the Cybertruck I thought was amazing. Amazing. Not that I don't like the other ones, the F-150s and stuff. I think they're stunning machines, They look good, got a bit of aggression about it. Did you see it?
I did. I saw him, or it was his colleague throw the steel ball against the window with great success.
Yeah. And did you remember hear him saying before, like, are you sure? I suppose he's good. He just wants to take chance, give the best show.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't think it's hurt him. I think it's absolutely brought more eyes to the product.
Oh, and the memes. Have you seen all the memes on the internet?
Yeah, you were sending me through. Very good.
They've apparently he's broken the internet with memes, and that he's getting way more advertising than he's actually paid for.
Oh, big time.
Thanks to these memes.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
To be incredible. If he was a sponsor as well.
Tesla.
He could give the truck to us. We don't drink.
Or take weed. Our good friend advised us not to touch the stuff.
Oh.
A friend from Mayo. We actually must call later.
Oh, we said we'd call him. We never did.
We said at midnight, so that's one. Oh shoot, it's 1 o'clock now. We've better we'll call him there soon.
We give him an all shout, yeah. He's
a loud man.
Sometimes there now, and he gets a bit bothered, like.
Excitable.
Yeah.
Excitable.
Lovely guy, though.
A gentleman.
He is. Actually, he is a gentleman. I miss him.
I
He was a
do.
good guy to go with, though.
Yeah, he was one of the good guys.
Terrible pool player. Horrible.
Oh.
Horrible pool player. He'd admit it himself.
I used to be my left hand. I felt sorry for him.
You should see him with a hurley in his hand, too. Oh my god. It's like he was holding a briar. Didn't know what to do with it.
You sure we held it the wrong way around the first day?
As ridiculous. Remember he hit my dog with the hurley one time?
to cry for the dog.
Oh my god, it's horrible.
And
Horrible.
he was going for the second pull, only that you dived in and stopped him.
I know, I was very heroic that day, wasn't I?
But a lovely guy, a gentleman though.
Very nice guy, very nice guy. But any other news? What else had we to discuss?
Well, maybe the maybe just back to the floating, maybe just a bit that. Do you today was our first day. I had weed and alcohol in me, and I thought it was a better, more vibrant kind of imagination. Like that I was seeing more and just more active and less thoughts in my head and stuff like so. I think maybe we might be on to winner now.
So you're saying 6 pints, couple of edibles in you go?
It'd be perfect for a night after night out.
It would be amazing, wouldn't it?
I'd just say maybe one drink just to get
You wouldn't drown in it either because you'd inhale so much salt, like if you're ever going to the sea and you get the salt in the mouth, the stomach crunches and everything,
No, there's not. No fear of drowning, right?
I was telling the wife's mother the other day, she was asking me about, no, it was her mother's friend was asking about the Atlantic. You're surrounded by the Atlantic, you never go swimming. I said, of course we do, but we hold in the piss as long as possible, and that's your heat. Then when you're going, you must have done that too, did you? Or was that only me?
Oh no, especially
she was horrified.
When you wear a wetsuit. Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh.
That sweet feeling.
Oh, beautiful.
My brother said for years that he had a wetsuit with a hole where his arse is.
Yeah.
No, what you call it, a slit up the back, and he'd be snorkeling and a wave would go over and he'd be in the Atlantic, so he'd be like, the cold, we just swim down the Kraken in the fucking suit.
Oh.
You'd have to be there, folks.
I find it's the neck. If you're walking to the water, you can get up to my chest, but once the cold hits there, it's like,
Is it like that saddle area?
yes,
Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah,
you need to go either go down or you're just going back out again.
yeah.
You know?
I'd be horrible. I'm all like, you know,
Yeah.
don't splash me.
But the thing is, you have to dive in, don't you? You just have to. If you want to do it, just there's no point pissing around, walking.
Yeah, I know.
If you're going to go for it, just
In you go, yeah.
if you're going to water, you just have to go for it. I think that's the.
Well, the worst thing for me is if there's the small little stones on the beach underneath. Like, that's fucking murder for me. Like, I can't do that. But I suppose I get over the cold eventually. Like. Maybe. You never know. We were in Iceland there a few years ago, the wife and myself, and we were in these natural springs, but it's overlooking a lake. But the thing was to go in to the natural springs, natural I should say, and get up then and run into the lake and come back and repeat, you know, the whole shit.
Alright.
She fucking did it, in fairness to her. Like, I pretended to go up behind her and then I just walked back again, like, but she did it. I was very proud of her.
And did she know that you didn't do it?
Oh, disgusted with me. Disgusted. But
Do you regret not doing it yourself?
not a fucking hope. It was, I'd say it was just beyond or nearly freezing. It was ridiculous. No.
Have you ever done an ice bath yourself? No.
I've done on the legs, chest or legs down, not in dipping in.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it was because there wasn't enough ice.
That was okay, is it?
Have you done it?
We have with the GA there. We used to do it after training there for.
In the buckets?
We kind of had these like kind of cement mortar buckets, they're like a meter cubed,
Yeah.
and but sure, like if you're getting first, you're going into like brown, because lads didn't shower or anything before going to them, like, you know, so
Yeah.
all the mud from training, going there, so you're just going like this brown, bloody, wet, very bad for infection. Actually, I think about it.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Could have got AIDS. And they had to empty them every night then because for insurance reasons, that in case kids drowned in it. So that was an interesting fact when you think about that.
So, you had to get them insured?
If you left them full, I know the insurance wouldn't cover you then if a child drowned in it.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just put a lock on top of it?
So I don't know. No one thought of that.
Copyright on that. I was going to ask you something there and I forgot now. Was it something to do with... God, there's something we were talking about there recently. Was it on the initial one that we were doing, what we were talking about?
We talked about a lot of things, the initial one, but unfortunately no one heard it. Do you want to go into tell us the story about that?
Well... we initially were doing it on Periscope. Then we might return there, who knows, like, because Periscope, I suppose there's not many people on it, but it's cool the way people can ring in, you know. You can put them on, you know, and watch you live and comment live. I suppose, you know, on YouTube here you can't do it unless you've over 2,500 followers. So
we love our fans, and we want to hear you, but this is our best way of communicating to you.
at the moment.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got this microphone thing. It attaches into the phone to try and pick us up, you know, and the video was great, but there was no audio whatsoever. It absolutely cut it out. So we had to. It's in the archives.
Yeah.
But
no,
we might do a director's cut and maybe have it up on the screen and talk about, you know, oh, I could see there now what I'm saying. And
but I think I don't see your fear now since I got these high tech microphones in.
I think it makes a vast difference.
The
Yeah.
quality, the video, the sound quality in this video will be top notch. Steven Spielberg would be happy with it.
He wouldn't even recognize this. He'd be like, "Is this one of those, you know, brand new movies?"
He'd be like, did Hans do this? Hans Zimmer? I think he's a very good
Is he
music fella.
Oh yeah, he does
Did you
Batman
say
and
that?
stuff, wasn't it?
Hans, yeah, and I think did
He's
you
a German gentleman, isn't he?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
You can actually go see him at concert. I would like to. I wouldn't mind going to see him myself. Hint, hint.
Hint hint Hans Zimmer, or is it hint hint for me?
Oh no, Johnny would watch it. That.
Oh yeah.
Buy me tickets to see Hans Zimmer.
Um,
Any other hints you want to get off your chest? that you'd have a new car or?
Well, I think the Cybertruck should be the sponsor of the show.
Oh.
I think it'd be absolutely amazing. We do so much fun stuff, you know. We are not wood people, like a lot of Canadians around here. They love the woods and camping, but we take it up there, you know, and we'd show the versatility of the vehicle.
Oh, ice fishing. I think would be a perfect vehicle for
Oh, it'd be amazing, yeah.
ice fishing.
We did that last year actually. That was good. I was the only one who didn't catch a fish from all of us.
Yeah. Those fish got some awful deaths when their hook. The hook was caught in the eyes.
The only way we could do it down the eye was.
Oh, the crew! I felt sorry.
You know, but I saw one fish looked up to me at one stage and just went, "It's okay, it's okay," as I plunged the barb into his eye.
One looked up at me and was like, "No, I've got 10 kids to feed." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm still alive.
It was amazing though, wasn't it, to be on the ice, like the amount of weight that was on it from people there. The only downside was that you to shit in a tent into a bag basically.
Yes.
You know, I wasn't really that comfortable then. Not saying I had to.
I think there is video evidence of you coming out of the tent, backing out.
I could have been doing anything. I could have been having intense talks with people in there.
And we were one of the first people, I think, in the world to play hurling on ice.
Correct.
I'd say we were the first people ever. That's actually not true, probably.
It's probably been done in our pause.
Yeah,
Surely
I'd
some
tell you
bollocks
that.
has got over there.
Ruining our fun.
Maybe we were the first on that ice to do it, you know, because the owner came over taking a video going, "What's he guys doing?"
Yeah.
We told him, "Get the fuck out of here!"
He was saying he was 99 years old. He's been there 99 years. He's never seen it that before.
Yeah. 99 years old, John.
Hopped out of the van, he did.
Yeah, not a bother to him.
The ice fish, they're great for the health.
What did they do then during the summer? Did they hibernate? They were there for the ice,
I
really.
don't know what they actually do. That's good point.
What,
Could they provide boat tours maybe?
they
You know,
yeah.
around the lake or
Well, they
something.
swim with the fish, yeah.
Or-
Very spiny as well. Did you see that? They had one of those
Yeah.
spines. We could have got seriously injured, but thankfully we're, I would imagine, nearly professional fishermen at this stage.
We've got the good hard, thick skins on our hands from the hard manual labour we do
Pulling ropes and
every
stuff like that.
single day.
Climbing ropes.
Like climbing ropes for Ireland.
Oh, what I heard coming out, well, I was listening to Ariel Hawani talking to Tony Ferguson, talking about Khabib, and he's definitely changed his tune. Tony Ferguson is very positive now, and just, I think he's got a taste of the good money now. I'd say he had a very good meeting with the UFC, which he said he was down at. So I'd say they're teaching him the potential of what he can do, and he's just playing game now.
I'm delighted to hear that now. I think he was a bit in trouble for a while, Tony, like, so it's nice to hear that things are going his way.
Yeah.
He had very tough run actually. Anything that could go wrong was kind of going wrong for him.
It was horrible. I think this is the 5th time this fight has been.
Correct.
And they haven't fought. I believe he's going to beat him. I really do. I just think Ferguson has zero quit and has all the answers.
Yeah, I can't wait to find out. Sometime in April, I believe, is it?
April 18th, as far as I know.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. We'd love the UFC to be a sponsor of this podcast.
UFC. Conor McGregor back January.
January against Donald Cerrone, yeah.
Nice fight. But
170, is it?
correct, yeah. That'd be a tough going.
Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know why you picked 170.
Yeah, he
If you talk about the fights he wanted his obviously his end game is Khabib, who is going to stay there at 155.
or is he going for the the whole
The three-weight division?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No one's ever done that.
He's done a deal with the devil, hasn't he? That's crazy.
Who'll be 170 then? Who's his?
Who's the 170 champ at the moment?
Is it Musin or is he 185?
It's
think
Carl
it's-
Usman, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. He wouldn't have a fucking hope against those lads.
Imagine Conor McGregor and Kobe Covington fight.
That'd be fucking ridiculous.
Kobe destroying the wrestling. Conor
If he got in at him, yeah, it'd be crazy. I'd say McGregor, does do a lot of wrestling anyway in his training. I'd say he's a quick learner. I'd say it's getting very good, especially at blocking the takedown and stuff, or defending it.
Yeah, no, true. Yeah.
Who do you think will win that at the moment?
Oh, Conor.
Yeah.
Against Cowboy, or are you asking about?
Alright, against Cowboy, that's fine. But how about against Ferguson and Khabib?
I'd love to see Tony do it, and I think he will do it. So yeah, I'm gonna say Tony Ferguson.
Yeah.
I don't know, would he knock him out either? He could choke him or something, because Dustin wasn't far off from choking him. Maybe.
True, but I get the thing about Dustin is that Khabib's side were saying afterwards, we were all laughing. But when he said we were all laughing, I was like, the fuck you were laughing. Shut up the fuck.
And Dustin was saying kind of flicked up to that if he turned some other way that he would have blocked the foot, that he messed up too, so I suppose we'll never know.
Yeah, you never know, they might fight again, but I probably won't. I think you just get the one shot really, don't you? It's like McGregor in his prime, unless he commanded another match, that was it,
Yeah.
That 170 knows intrigued me, that would be unbelievable if he went for it.
Yeah.
So he's just testing himself out, you're saying, against Cerrone.
Maybe. I'm just throwing it there.
That's a fucking conspiracy and a half, I think.
Thank you. And I still haven't heard from Ariel Helwani. I don't think he's going to accept the Schmoes challenge to wrestle him at 165 pounds. So I'm glad to announce to the show that big bad boy Stephen O'Malley is going to take you on. He's going to walk out to Billie Eilish, bad guy, and he's going to grapple you all day long. Isn't that right? Big bad boy?
I've had a sore back now for the last 2 years.
But you're coming
you
back.
know the struggles I've been through with my
But
back.
you're coming back.
You know the struggles. So, it's touch and go at the moment. But, we'll see, if there was a bit of money on the table, you wouldn't know.
Of course do it. Every man has his price. The schmoo.
They're so fake as well, fuck's sake.
There's only one schmo around here.
Schmo.
What does schmo mean, actually?
Schmo?
Yeah.
Is it like a derogatory term? Fucking schmo? Like an idiot or something, is it?
Alright.
I don't know. Or maybe smooth operator? Smooth motherfucker?
Schmo. Okay.
I don't know.
We'll find out next week.
He's a very nice guy.
We'll let the listeners know.
Have we anything else to cover, or do you want to do a wrap up?
I think that's it now. I think for the time being, we won't bore the listeners anymore. As if you'd be bored.
Yeah. I suppose the first week will be a test run. We have a lot of topics that we need to cover over the whole series, which we'll be getting to in the next couple of weeks, especially on the run up to Christmas. We might do maybe one or two before we go on our break.
Yeah, I think we're saying two. Hopefully, we get two casts in before the winter. So I think we'll cover. Next topic will be actually the Christmas break. We'll talk about Christmas, and then a little treat then before Christmas. We might do a cooking segment, or we'll show you how to cook a dish. That's very.
I think we could do fucking roast potatoes, could we?
I was gonna do roast, mash, boiled, grilled.
Okay, a medley of potatoes.
Oh, you don't want to miss that.
I have something else to talk about before we go. I was back home for, this is what I meant to say to her. I was back home for Thanksgiving.
Oh yes, you were saying that, yeah.
Do you know, we're very lucky here, or I am, I suppose. I have Thanksgiving in Canada in October. It's October, yeah. And then the States in November 27th, is it? No, 28th?
The last Thursday.
Last Thursday, yeah. Sorry, yeah. But I think it's a bigger thing in the United States.
Oh, 100%.
I was talking to my wife is American, and I was talking to herself, and I was saying, like, to you, what's the biggest holiday, you know? And she went, look, it goes by Thanksgiving. The eve of it is the night of the year to go out because everyone's home. So to me, then you gotta be home for Thanksgiving, you know. So I'd say it's bigger than Christmas, which is weird because Thanksgiving really isn't. It isn't like a commercialized holiday, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but.
No.
They were trying to flog the turkeys in hand, like, but
Well, yeah. But
look at Christmas is ridiculous.
But it's still linked in though to Black Friday, the most commercial day of the whole year. But it's the day after. I know they kept it.
Fuck, you're right. That's brilliant. Yeah.
And
I feel very stupid.
Cyber Monday. I bet you're glad now you extended the podcast.
Fuck's sake.
But anyway, tell us your.
Yeah, but the actual day, it's not.
No, I agree. I agree.
Right under the bus.
But
But it was very nice, and it's
Turkey?
we had a very lovely one this year. I ate turkey for 3 days straight.
Mash?
Oh yeah, so there was turkey, ham, mashed potatoes. She did think of a macaroni and cheese, but instead of the macaroni part, she cauliflower with
Oh,
cheese,
yes.
you know.
Oh yes.
There was lasagna.
Very healthy.
Oh Jesus, the lasagna, unbelievable. There was stuffing, cranberry sauce, some apple sauce. I didn't go near that, if you know what I mean. And fuck, there was a few other things too.
Fantastic. Sounds like a great feast.
I was lovely. I mean, it was huge, like ridiculous. Like, so we were eating sandwiches to beat the band the next day and everything. It was great, man.
And did you watch the football tournament?
We did for a while, but then some of their friends and our friends came over, so I had to kind of leave that. And then their kids, they all kind of went into the TV room, and I could see them switching, and I should have gone, hey! Got in and got out of it! But I didn't.
Oh,
So
you have to be the cross uncle.
yeah, so I got like maybe 20 minutes of a game. That was about it.
Oh, sure. That's
Go Birds! Terrible season so far, but anyway.
Yeah, from the start of the season it was kind of predictable, but
Yeah.
teams are losing now that you never thought to lose. Or
All the little injuries are coming in now.
yeah,
So a fellow who could be like a foot slower, you know, and all those, they just matter so much. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. But you could see all the little niggles, and then suddenly they pull him out and go, "Oh, he has to go surgery," you know.
yeah.
So a lot of the teams are hanging on by a thread, but
Patriots, I say.
yeah.
Their defense now is looking weak.
Is defense looking weak now? I didn't
Against
see
the
the one
Texans,
last
yeah.
night.
I think they got like 4 touchdowns. Texans are maybe 3.
Oh.
They don't
Youth is a beautiful thing too, though, isn't it?
oh, it's waste on the youth.
Yeah, that's true. Do you know Benjamin Button had it fucking right, didn't he?
Oh,
Because he saw everything, and then when he got into, he knew then that he had a great spell from like his 40s down to his 18, 17. He
Yeah.
could have fucking done it all, you know, seen it all, said the right things, you know.
yeah. He the confidence, life confidence is huge too. I said that.
Which?
The life confidence that you build up. You know?
Oh, exactly, yeah. It's massive, man.
Yeah. You can't just take that off a shelf and buy it.
If you go back to that now, you'd own the world,
Oh,
do you know. But we leave it.
yes. So,
Sorry, I got a bit taken out.
so thank you very much for calling in tonight to see us. We have to go and get some more timber to keep this fire going, and
She's a bitch, keep going.
we thank you very much. And thanks to all our sponsors: Tesla, Rolex, YouTube,
UFC.
and Joe Rogan. Thank you all.
I guess.
Bye bye.